My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate the planet's environmental contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support system can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then... No. Better not to think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Hey guys, Missmaster1 here from the Lumastation. Welcome back to an actual LP for a change. I forgot I updated on this channel. Yeah, I'm sorry about such delays I have been with Lumastation. I've just been so busy lately getting stuff for my channel ready and like real life stuff, but now I'm back with Let's Play Pikmin. This will be the first episode, and let's get started. So, we've just gotten to, like, you know, crash land on this planet known as the impact site, and our ship's a complete wreck, but we must search the area for any other signs of helpfulness. Oh, what's this? A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my research when it reared up as if it was waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion, too. I read that weirdly, but yeah. I'm just gonna knock down these plants real quick. Don't mind me. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. And hey, look, this thing's sticking out of the ground. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and now has produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it's calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A and break the fourth wall. Let's pluck it and... oh my god. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I should call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps I'll react with C and X as well. And if you couldn't tell by now, guys, yeah, this is the GameCube version, if you couldn't already tell. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Pikmin, which I'm pretty sure most people aren't because other people have done it, but yeah, what you can do is control your Pikmin with C. We only have one right now, so it's not that big of a deal, but throw them with A, and they will pick up some of these strange pellets with a number on them, and they'll bring them back to their onion, like this. And it looks like it sprouts more of them. Now, astonishing. The onion has grown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin had harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form for more. Alright, and now we're just gonna pretty much make more Pikmin by giving, like, these weird pellets to the ship. And in turn, we can pluck more of them. Yay! So yeah, the main story about this is that we have 30 days to get our 30 ship parts back. And we're going to need the help of these Pikmin to do so because, well, you'll see very soon why the Pikmin are going to be so helpful. First of all, we're just going to want to, like, you know, rack up a few Pikmin by, you know, what is it? Just getting the pellets to the onion. As you can see right here, each thing has a different weight. As you saw earlier, the ones with like the 1 on it had only need 1 Pikmin, but you see this one's heavier. It's a 5 pellet and it requires 5 Pikmin, so pretty self-explanatory. Like, you know, you can, it just says right on the thing how much it needs in this case, so yeah. Now, I would go over more stuff real quick, but I'm gonna wait on that really quick because, you know, I just want to get all the Pikmin I can at the moment, and then I'll go into it, so just bear with me for now. Now, a nice little thing, let me just do this really quick, knock down the plant, if you throw like enough Pikmin on it, it will actually increase the speed of it being carried. It may not appear it, but it is, trust me. And there are certain items in this game that require quite a bit of Pikmin to actually like move them faster, because some things in this game require quite a bit of Pikmin to move, including the ship parts we'll be picking up later. Speaking of which, look over there. It's totally not something over there to the top left, or top right of the screen, sorry. How are we gonna get over there? Well, again, let's just focus on raising our Pikmin up. Okay. Alright. And I know that there's several jokes spawned off this game. I know there's several, like, Let's Playing, like, you know, memes that have come from this. Please don't bring them up, because, quite frankly, it's really annoying, and now that I've said that, I can expect them from everyone now who's gonna watch this, so, of course, I had to say that, and now I've cursed myself. Good job, Mist. Okay. And now that we have a decent amount of Pikmin, you'll notice this box over here, and you see 10 right there. Well, if we can swarm this box with C, and look at this. They're moving the box. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of the Pikmin conduct. Yeah, controls we don't need. And we can call the Pikmin back with B, and oh my goodness, look at this! Amazing, there's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Well, we just learned that the Pikmin work in groups to carry stuff and move stuff that normal people by themselves couldn't, so let's try to carry it. And what you'll notice is that it requires 20, but we only have 14, so we can't really do anything about that, so we'll have to come back to that a little later. Now, you'll notice all these pellets here. Let's actually get them all. I'm going to carry all these back, and there's a possible, you can get about 25 Pikmin, I believe it is, on the first day. Like, that's all you can get, and the most you can get, so I recommend, since, not to spoil anything, but because you have infinite time the first day, you pretty much just want to do everything that you can, because really there's no point in not doing it, if that makes any sense. So we're going to carry these pellets back here, and we'll see how many Pikmin we can get from that. We'll see that we see that we already have like another 5 pellets, so that's going to add more. So by the time this is over, we should have enough to actually, you know, get enough Pikmin to lift that thing, like the engine part. So, do that, and boom. We still have 14 Pikmin, but again, it just sprouted quite a few more seeds, so I'm going to wait for these guys to come up first. Because the thing is, you gotta wait for them to actually get out of the ground before you can pluck them. You can't just, like, you know, dig under the ground and then start, like, as soon as it hits the ground, you can't just do that. And I'm skipping stuff, but, sorry. I've noticed that when I add a Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flush with a bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Okay. Now, I want to talk about stuff, but it's a little too early, but basically Pikmin is a time management game. You need to actually manage your time well, and if you don't, you'll see why it becomes pretty problematic, because on the first day, you won't really know. But on the second day and any time after that, you're on a time limit for what you can do in that day. And then there's all these new sorts of things, like, you know, having enough time to do something, like the night and day thing, the enemies you'll be encountering later, just so you guys know. And we are carrying back our first ship part. Would you look at that? We have 25 Pikmin, which is enough out of the 20 that's required. And now what we gotta do is get them all the way back to this ship. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm thinking about cutting this out, but looking at it, it's not too far away, so I guess I can talk about one more thing. This game is also particularly kind of like a puzzle game, if that makes any sense. Like, you need to, well, I'd be spoiling stuff if I went into more detail about it, but let's just say that later in the game you will be confronted with puzzles that will require you to use quite a bit of like stuff given to you. But anyway, we've got the engine back. The thing flipped right back up. I don't know how, but there we go. The engine is back, and now we can take off. Yay! Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. And there we go, guys. That was pretty much the tutorial level of, like, you know, Pikmin. We have gotten the first ship part, and we have 29 more days to get the last 29, or, well, the remaining 29 parts. So, yeah. And every time a day ends, the Pikmin go back to their onion, we go into our ship, and we take off. And the Pikmin follow us too. Isn't that nice? One day since impact, I've somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they'll help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hakatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. And then at the end of every day, you basically have, like, you know, your results throughout the day, which, as you can see here, nothing too particularly important. It shows you how many parts you got, how many parts are remaining, how many days are left, how many Pikmin you grew in that day, how many were lost in battle, and how many were left behind. The left behind and lost in battle isn't a huge factor. Well, isn't a factor at all at this point, but it will apply starting tomorrow, and you guys will see why. So I'm gonna save my game, and next time on Let's Play Pikmin, we're going to explore the new area, the Forest of Hope. And hopefully, haha, see what I did there? It will lead us to more ship parts, and we will see if we can find any more help than what we already have. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Mr. Master 1 from the Lumastation. I'll see you guys in day 2 of Let's Play Pikmin. See you guys later.